So, now that I got this camera figured out, I'll try to put up more videos like this. Unless you guys don't like them, let me know in the comments down below or on any of the social media stuff. But I was thinking about last night cars that I wish had actually gone somewhere and it had ended up being duds, I guess. And some of them are actually full brand, some of them are just cars in general, just one vehicle. So, first off, I wish the Tucker Torpedo had actually been a thing. Or at least that there had been enough that I possibly one day could have owned one. There's something about that car. I love the way they look, the 3 headlight thing. There's a company that builds, is building like a continuation run type deal, which is really cool. They built a North Star powered one. It's black and green. And the other one they built, I believe it's also a North Star V8 powered car that's blue. And they're not fiberglass, they're legit metal built from the blueprints of the original cars, I guess, the best way to put it, which is really cool. And the story behind those was, I think his name is Rob Ida. His grandfather or his father, I don't remember which one right offhand, was going to have a Tucker dealership and was 100% behind Tucker and his idea and the cars and everything. And when everything fell through, it was just kind of, it fell through. He was all set up to have a dealership. So Rob, it's been part of his family. The Tucker's been a part of his family. He builds hot rods, and he went to the Tucker family estate and said, hey, can I build, would you guys be okay with me building continuation / tribute cars? And they worked out a deal where he's allowed to build 51 more. So possibly one day there will be 102 of them. The originals and then the new ones, the continuation, clone, whatever. They're not clones, so I don't know what you consider them. They're not really replicas per se, but I don't know. They're really cool. I've always loved the Tucker, and the ideas that Tucker had were kind of cool, and the fact that he was so ahead of his time in 1948 was just amazing. I mean, it's a really cool car. It's really sad that it never became the potential that it could have been. The next one that I think would have been cool to see continue, and I think a lot of people would be, is the DeLorean, DMC-12. To have seen that continue on and to have more options, to see all the different versions, and to actually have lived up to what DeLorean had planned for it, would have been really cool. I personally am a bigger fan of them painted than in the stainless steel, which is probably sacrilegious and horrible and whatever, but I've seen painted ones, and I honestly prefer the painted cars to the stainless steel cars, or just the bare metal cars, but you know, each his own. But there's just something about the DeLorean that just, it's really cool and something different. And then there's the Edsel. And me, the Edsel, I don't know. There's something about the Edsel that I always find endearing. Big, ugly, suggestive front end they had. It was really a departure from the rest of the cars in that line. And I mean, growing up for the longest time, I always believed that Edsels were just a Ford model. Like, I thought they were above the 500 or Fairlane or whatever was the top of the line on Ford's side. But I tried to buy one when I was in was I in AIT Basic? I was in AIT Basic, or it first got to Germany. Whatever it was, I tried to buy it. It was a pink, I believe it was an Edsel Ranger. It was a four-door coupe, and I tried to buy it, and everything fell through. I didn't wind up with it, but it was one of those cars that I would have been happy either way. Whatever. Wait, one day I want one with a I don't know what I'd put under the hood. Part of me thinks a diesel, Power Stroke diesel under the hood would be really cool and different. But I don't know, the idea behind, and it's got to be early Edsel. It's still got to be the horse collar, horse yoke, whatever they called it, front end. Because the last year was just a Fairlane or whatever front end. It was nothing. They did away with the Edsel yoke in the center of the grill. You know, that was their way of trying to boost the sales of the Edsel line before they killed it. You know, it is what it is. I'm trying to think of, like, right now, I'm all of a sudden drawing a blank of other cars that were flops that I thought would be cool if they kept going. Samurais, they built enough of those that even though they ended up failing, and it wasn't even their fault, that you can get one of those so fairly easy. Evos, there was a lot of those built. You still get a lot of those. I'm not a huge fan of that car, but you know, if I had to buy something in that range between the Evo and the STI, I'm definitely going Evo. I think I've always liked the Evo better. I'm not a huge Subaru fan. So I can't think of anything else. Like those three, the Tucker, the Edsel, and the DeLoreans, those are like my top three. Those are I mean, obviously they're top three, they're only two I can think of, but those are cars that I really, really wish had gone somewhere and were still around. Or at least that the cars were cheap enough to get and not super hard to find. That I would feel bad cutting one apart to build some really cool hot rod or altered or whatever. Then again, I'm also not. I'd probably do it anyways. I'd definitely do it to an Edsel or a DeLorean, but to a Tucker, probably not. Especially with the amount of money I have to spend to get one. I couldn't do it. I know I would buy one of the continuation cars in a heartbeat, but you know, that's just me, and that's how my mind works. So, check out our Instagram, our Tumblr, our Facebook. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments down below. Like and share. Thanks, guys.